right, everybody. Welcome back to Splitting Lanes. Like I left off with you guys from the last video, this video we're going to be continuing on with that conversation that we were having about the 2025 models. However, before we get into that, we are going to be cleaning up a few things as well as looking at some of the comments from our previous video. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring the other guys in. What's going on, fellas?
What up?
All right.
All right. Before we start,
Oh,
let me ask Mike, have you consumed any intoxicants today?
What day is it?
There we go.
I just need to clarify what day of the week we're talking about.
I just want to know what we're going to have to deal with tonight. That's all.
Hey, I am the same every day.
Oh man, he started to sing too. Now come on, man. We get to singing, it's over.
Listen, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. He's retired now. He doesn't have to go to work tomorrow, so sky's the limit, baby.
Absolutely, man. You just watch.
Well, technically, I do have work to do tomorrow, but just not for the man.
Well,
I said you don't have to go to work.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna always have work to do.
Well, yeah, what work do you have?
Well, I have projects around the house that I'm doing, and then there's my social media empire. I'm working on creating content for that, and
Where's that?
You know, it's been. Say again.
What channel? What channel is that? I'm sorry.
That would be the biggest little YouTube channel on the entire interweb, sir. Riding and wrenching. Wait, what?
Yes, riding and wrenching.
Vanessa's throwing sign language at us.
No. You were saying the biggest little YouTube. I was helping you out there.
Gotcha.
For those that didn't catch the verbals.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, of course, just like we said, we got Q from Riding and Wrenching. We've got Robert Simmons from Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. And, of course, we have myself, Finesse from Finesse the Challenger. And like I said, we're going to clean up a little bit of something here. So, how about we go ahead and talk about that CVO that Robert was referencing. So in the video, I showed you guys a red CVO Road Glide, I think it was.
Road Glide. It was like, yeah, Road Glide.
Yeah. So
Road Glide.
what I meant to show you was this one right up here, this green one at the top. That's the bike that Robert Simmons was referencing as far as what he thought looked better. No, you said you liked that one, right?
I said that one looked better than the red one, and that was written by a VI preloader in Ohio. His name is Mark. In person, because again, I'm not into flames, but in person, that bike looked way better than that red and black one. Because I've ridden the red and black one.
Okay, all right, well, cool.
That was it.
Yeah.
Still don't like
Flames are hot.
Yeah, we just. So we just try and keep everything kind of transparent here. So make sure if I have a little mistake, ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
Now I would like to get into some of these comments that we had on our previous video. All right.
Well, listen. First, before you even get into that, I just want to thank everybody that watched episode 1, left a comment. Most of the people are YouTubers from our YouTube channels, our respective YouTube channels. But it was the first episode. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more, and I want to thank you guys again.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%, man.
Ditto.
Yeah. So, and from at least as far as I know, we haven't really done a lot of promoting. So everybody that watched this video and did the comments, you guys were, I guess, the OGs now. Because you got in before everybody else got in, so that's real cool. I appreciate it as well. All right.
And if you're watching this episode, you've watched 2 in a row, so be sure to share it with your friends. Post it on your Facebook and all that good stuff. Let's get the word out.
Absolutely, man. Look at that, man. I'm rolling with professionals here. All right. Well, I knew I was with professionals, but it's all good. Anyway, so looking at these comments, there was one here in particular that really stood out to me. And it was when Q was talking about his bike. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, here we go. This R. R32 215 TER. Okay.
T3R.
T3R,
Ah.
right? So they have both brands in their garage. He's got the Pursuit. He's got a CVO Road Glide. He's got a 114 Road Glide. And stock for stock, the Pursuit will absolutely embarrass the Harley 114, 17, and depending on the rider, a 121, hands down, no question about it. So, you know.
Well, then, Oscar, I'm sorry, Mr. Finesse, your bike must be broken because you absolutely did not embarrass me. You did not walk away from me, sir. King George held his own.
I
So
told
that's all
you,
I'm gonna
I
say.
told you I was not
I know.
getting
I know.
on it.
Here's an excuse.
I told you I wasn't getting on it because,
Okay.
whatever the case, whatever. Anyway. All right.
You know what? We may as well have a discussion, argument, debate on what color the sky is, because this is not debatable. You know?
It's not. I mean, what happened happened.
Yeah.
Now,
If that little Indian had walked away from me and left me in the dust, I'm like, God, why is he going so fast? Yeah, we could have that debate, but there's no debate because he didn't walk away from me. I was right there with him. I'm like,
because just like you
I actually thought it was funny. I'm like, I know he's trying to walk me. I'm like,
I was
don't know what he
not.
think he's
I
doing.
was not. Look, I got
Okay.
on the
Alright.
throttle once we
Alright.
got ahead, and then I let off, and I was like, all right, well, I don't want to do too much because I didn't want to leave him. And then when I said I looked back, I was like, oh, look
'Cause you
at him, he's
can't.
right there.
Because you
Oh,
can't.
My goodness. Okay.
that's Mike's.
can't.
That's
It's
Mike's
not gonna
competitive
happen.
nature.
No, it's
Mike's
not my.
competitive.
It's just a simple fact.
All
My
right.
Road King is lighter than that heavy Indian of yours.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter anyway. I guess I'm not into racing
It
anyway.
is.
I really
It
don't
is
care.
a little bit. It is a little
So-
bit lighter than my Pursuit. Yes.
It
I'll agree.
don't matter to me one way or the other because I don't race.
Right.
Hold
All
on.
right, so-
Listen, I know we're trying to get through the comments, but bring the screen back, man, because at the end of the day, I want everybody to know that Mike is not delusional, even though right now he's delusional. Because clearly, Finesse was not trying to walk away from him. Had he
Sir,
done
you
so,
weren't there. You were not there, sir.
oh, I don't have to.
You
I don't
you
have
are
to-
a bad witness. You were not there.
I know the bike, and I also know that when I first got my CVO Road Glide ST, I walked away from Finesse, and he was just like, oh my god. I know for a fact I would walk away from that Road King you're riding, and you wouldn't be as
I've
close
heard
as
these
Finesse
stories
was.
before. I've heard these
wouldn't be
stories
as-
before. I had somebody on a Goldwing, and Goldwings are supposed to be so fast. They're 6-cylinder, and they're the fastest tour out there. Blah blah blah, and they thought they were going to walk my Road Glide. That didn't happen either. So we're talking about these big, heavy touring bikes. None of them are fast. Now, if you want to talk about a fast bike, talk about a Hayabusa or a real fast bike. None of these touring bikes are fast. So
We're not talking about them being fast. We're saying one's faster than the other.
that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. They're not fast.
Okay.
Where's my
Hey,
gavel? I gotta
no,
get my
no, no.
gavel.
They're not fast. These are not fast bikes.
That,
None
hey,
of
that's
them are
it.
fast.
That's it. Hey, in his mind, that's where we are. So, anyways, back to these comments. All
Yeah,
right,
let's do
so we'll start from the top, right? So I think because that's the way it goes in order, right? So of course Rob is the first one here, and then it says, "So loving these guys." That was Miss Anita. Hell yeah, 3 of my faves in one place. Shout out to Steve at Indy Ridge. Go Q forward all the way, baby. Hey, we're going to talk about that too.
Absolutely.
at some point.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see. Looking forward to the fantastic, great maiden episode. Steph and I both enjoyed it. Were these the guys from Germany, Rob?
Who?
It says Steph and it's Jack Thomas 9000. It says great maiden episode, fellows. Steph and I both enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome, man. Hey.
Oh no.
No?
That's Stephanie and Jack. VI preload is here. Stephanie's the you know they are.
Yeah. Okay. Kelly B. Gliding, good stuff, fellas. I enjoyed that. Appreciate you.
Okay, you see that message right there? It says nice. Great to see you guys working together. Subbed immediately. Anyone who rides, wants to ride, interested in riding, these guys know their stuff. Your time can be spent better on YouTube. That is VI preloader Ian.
Man, Ian, appreciate you, man. That's good stuff, man. I appreciate the sub. And we got Chris Glides here.
There we got Chris.
Yeah, he's
Did you-
he's got some good stuff going on in his channel as well. He does a lot of bike builds and things.
Yeah, and travel. Get Lee Sturgis?
What's that?
Did you see Lee Sturgis? Did you get Lee Sturgis? Lee Sturgis left a comment as well. Lee Sturgis,
thought
yeah,
you
Lee
was-
Sturgis is a veteran, man. He's a veteran.
Where's he
Just a great guy, man. Great guy.
at? Lee Sturgis. Where is he at? I don't see him on here.
Yeah, I just saw him.
Oh,
Maybe
there
he's
he
further
is.
down.
It says,
There he
"Sweet.
is.
Looking forward to all the fantastic info right there." All right, good stuff. Good stuff. You know what? Did I like any of these? Oh no, you got to sign in. See, I done messed up, man. All right,
That happens.
here let's bring us back here. I got to change that.
And shout out to Lee Sturgis. He actually was nice enough to send me a Bee Gees CD. And I was like, how did I contacted him and I said, how did you know about this? Unbeknownst to me, I have Bee Gees on my playlist on my channel. I appreciate you, Lee. That's what I'm talking.
All right. So yeah, these are all the comments here. Fearless motorcycle with Lori says a fun dynamic. 2017 Hard Candy Hot Rod Red Flake was the best. I think he's talking about the CVOs. All right.
Yeah.
So glad you guys started this. Will be fun to watch this channel grow. Heck yeah, it's gonna be fun growing this channel, man. These two guys right here, like we said before, we're always talking to each other. We're always having these crazy conversations. Again, I am the voice of reason. Oh my goodness.
You see that message that Steve left, right? Steve from Indie Rage?
Yeah. I had him. I put it on there. Where's it at? Where you at?
No, it's another message. He said I got to get on this show, so I'm gonna have to make that happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Steve from Indie Ridge. If you want to come on this show, just message or get with Robert, and we'll get it all set up for you. No problem whatsoever.
Just so you two guys know, he's what 3-4 hours behind us, and he works late, so we might be doing this at 2 a.m.
Hey, he's in California, right? That's not too bad.
Yeah. But you say that now.
Oh,
and
man.
What am I hearing? What does that sound? I keep hearing.
I don't know. It's a, ooh.
Oh, that's the when I'm switching the screens, this thing vibrates. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Let me put something under it.
I thought that dog with the goatee was in the room with you.
I thought it was something on my end. I'm like, what the hell's making that noise?
My bad. Hey man, this is episode 2 now. Episode 2. All right.
Go, man.
Let me pull this up. So, while I'm pulling this up, that's what I'm doing. You guys see me off the screen here looking like I'm doing some crazy stuff. I'm just.
Hey, Mike, you said that somebody said on a Goldwing said that it was going to be an issue with your roguelite. Which roguelite are we talking about?
The CBO.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't going to walk either one of my roguelites. I mean, I actually believed it because I've heard this a lot about how fast Goldwings are. Goldwings are so much faster than a Harley. I'm like, okay, well, it's going to be entertaining. Yeah, I'm like, psh, I wasn't impressed. Again, and that's why I say, is a Goldwing a quick touring bike? Of course it is. But it's to use the word fast, like it's impressive. It's not. It's not that impressive.
Yeah. So that's what I was just about to say. Sometimes
and honestly, none of them are because, again, a fast bike are the sport bikes, the kind of bikes that I don't ride.
Yeah. And I was going to say the same thing when you start talking fast and quick. Those are two totally different things.
Well, I don't think either one of those terms apply to these touring bikes. They accelerate fine, and they're okay. But I wouldn't use the word fast with any of them. None of them are fast.
You're comparing them against touring bikes, though. So, I mean, you can be fast amongst touring bikes, or you could be quick amongst touring bikes. But if you're talking it relatively with anything else, then, it's a whole nother subject. But, at least that's my opinion.
All right. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I just have to.
You're going to defend Indian, aren't you? Go ahead. Hold on, wait, let me get my barf bag ready. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. It is not even that.
So what I'm doing is I'm looking up the word fast. Moving or able to move, operate, function, or take effect quickly. And then it says a fast horse. I'm pretty sure my motorcycle is faster than a horse. So that's it's relative. Of course, it's fast, but there's other things that are faster. So we're not, it's semantics at this point.
Right.
It's fast. It could go faster than I can run, so it's fast.
It reminds me of the when people say that their Honda Civic was fast. I'm like, come on, dude, that's a 4-cylinder. It's not fast. It maybe it's fun to drive. I give you that. I don't know. They're cute little 4-cylinder cars, but they're not fast.
It's
You
all
want to see
relative.
fast?
It's all relative because if it's faster than somebody else's car, then in that conversation, it's fast, right?
So if you have
We
one
can always,
turtle racing another turtle, and the one turtle that outruns the other turtle is fast, nah.
Man,
it's faster than the other one.
Touring bikes are for touring.
English
and so
is
it should
hard.
be more about comfort.
English.
Now, if you want to
Oh,
say that Indian Elite, what's that thing that you had, the Challenger Elite? That was a comfortable bike. That was a very, very comfortable bike. And so if you say that is more comfortable than my CVO, I'm like, hey, no argument, because it was more comfortable.
And it's
Because it's a
faster.
touring bike, and that's a. Well, I don't know. I tell you what, we'll do a race down that little road that you like to go down, and we'll do
I'm
a
not- I'm
race
not
from
ra-
one end to the other.
I'm
and
not
then see which
racing
one's
anybody.
faster.
I'm not racing anybody. We're
I'm
just
not
gonna
either.
we're
I'm
just
not a
gonna we're just
racer.
gonna leave
I'm
it
too old
there.
for that.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it there,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get into today's video. Again, we are continuing the discussion about the 2025 models. Our first video we did Harley, so now we're gonna switch to a different lane, and we're
I don't
gonna
like-
go. Huh?
I don't like. He said the
Yeah.
first video we did, Harley.
Oh, I had to clear my throat. I'm sorry. The
Yeah,
first
I'm kidding.
first video
I'm kidding.
we did Harley Davidson.
That's
right?
worse.
And I
That's
was
worse.
told that I have to hyphenate it, or what do you put the periods in there? What is that?
You gotta put a dash between Harley and Davidson for H and D.
So for HD, there's a H-D. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
there we go. Now we're good. So anytime you see some more on the screen here, I will make sure I have that correctly annotated. All right. So moving right along, we were talking about these 2025 models, and for 2025, Indian Motorcycle brought us the new Scout for 2025. Now, you did get some color changes. However, the bike was redesigned. They redid the frame because the previous one had an aluminum frame. This one has a steel frame. And the engine was redesigned. Oh, see, look. Look here. Now, look, man, look. Hey, now, hey, I stayed awake, and for all that Harley Davidson stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all can
As
come
you
up.
should.
Yeah, as y'all can come up for this year, all right? Hey, man, see what? Hey,
I mean,
look,
if
hey,
it
look, man,
started us with a
y'all see
pursuit-
what y'all see what I'm dealing with here? Do you see this? I'm gonna put some soft music here in the background.
You should. It would be
Because-
very appropriate for this.
Because you guys just don't understand what I'm doing for you. All right.
I think you should also have a pink shirt on as we discuss this Scout Bobber.
Hey, if I did, man, I'd be rocking that Joker, man. I can rock it. It don't matter to me.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Anyway. So, like I said, from the ground up, this wasn't just color change. You got an entirely new bike. So a lot of people had some complaints about the previous version where they had those double exhaust on there. A lot of people didn't like that. It cost more money to change them, so on and so forth. It made it difficult for saddlebags, so they went and redid all of that. So for the engine choices, it used to be a 1155cc for the Scout. Now it's a 1250. And if you didn't know, the Scout Bobber is the highest selling bike that Indian Motorcycle produces. All right, so this is the most popular line. So of course they're going to give you, more options than what you're getting with any of the other bikes, right? Because obviously more people are buying it. So with these, you've got I want to say there's 5 different bikes between the Scout and the Scout 60 lineups, and we'll just go through some colors here. Me personally, the one-on-one Scout is a standout, but you're only getting 2 colors there. There's this red, and then there's also a white one. You get adjustable suspension, both front and rear. However, the front suspension, you're only getting adjustability on, I believe it's the left side or the right side. It's some weird. What's up?
Did you say me personally? That's so redundant. Just say personally speaking. Me personally. That drives
I
me crazy.
haven't. Okay, this is what I caught in your statement. You said you can adjust the right side, but not the left. Is that the rear or the
Well,
front?
so the way the front suspension is set up, that's the front suspension. It's set up to where I think one side damps and the other side is just a steady state. So
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, it was new to me when I found out about it, which was probably like 2 months ago. But I mean, I thought it was pretty interesting. But I don't know how all of that works, the geometry and everything else. But from my understanding, you adjust one side of the front suspension, and everything else kind of self calibrates. It's kind of like that the Nevermoct. Is that what they're called, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like that. So
Well,
Over
except that's the
suspension.
rear.
that's the front. The rear,
Not only
you still have the piggyback shocks. On the rear, you still have the piggyback shocks, both left and right, so you can adjust those
Oh,
just like you
well, I
would.
thought we said that the monoshock was the superior setup, but we're talking about a dual shock thing here. Now I'm a little confused.
Correct. So on the touring bikes, they have the mono shock setup. On
There you go.
these other bikes that aren't touring bikes, they have the same. So the suspension has a 3-inch travel, which should sound familiar to you on this little bike. So the ride itself is going to be a bit stiffer than what you're getting in the touring bikes, right? Because
I'm not familiar with 3 inches of travel.
okay, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even
I'm
gonna do
just
it.
saying.
All right, okay. All right. So
Do me a favor, Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
No,
I started to
what's
say, if you scroll across the screen, tell us what we're looking at. But I see that one said Sport Scout. Yeah.
yeah,
So the difference between the Sport and the other one is the front rim is different, right?
yep,
What else? The fairing is different too. Right?
correct. And when you do the paint, only the fuel tank gets the color, unless it's no, yeah, only the fuel tank gets the color on these.
I like the way the Sport one looks better. Of course, the sportier look.
Yeah, me too. So, like I was saying when we were talking about, oh, jeez, let me go back. All right, I just wanted to go through some of these colors. We'll do the bobber. All right. Also, before we get going, another thing that I wanted to mention. So when the 25s came out, they had like a $12,000 or $13,000 price tag. So that was the entry point into Indian Motorcycle. When the Scout 60 came out, that made the entry into it at $9,999. So just to get into the brand, if you're trying to get people over, they set it low, well, relatively
Relative.
low compared to other models to get people into the brand.
There you go.
All right. Uh,
Can you get a windscreen with that or no?
with yes, so anything that's on any of these bikes outside of the suspension on the 101 Scout, right? You can put on any of these bikes. They're all interchangeable. I want to get a regular Scout. There we go.
I don't like the classic.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it either, but a lot of people seem to like it. So with any of these Scout, what's that?
A lot, huh? That your a lot is like you're fast to Michael.
Well, I will tell you, I do see a lot less the classic Scouts than I do the Scout Bobber.
Go ahead, Mike. That's a ground ball. Hit it out of the park.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a whiff at that one.
So you have you have 3 different trim options. All right, so you get the Scout Limited, which is going to open up some more colors for you. They've got this black smoke, black metallic, which is the base color for Indian Motorcycle, and then you've got the sunset red smoke. So you get flat paints with the Scout Bobber.
Oh, all of the paints are flat?
With the Scout Bobber.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then the limited is going to get you a boop. The limited is gonna. You have options to where you have a key fob instead of an actual key, and you can get the ride command system if you do the limited trim plus the tech, versus having just the standard tachometer that's you see over there. So there's levels to it. You get a little limited badge to let you know. There's also cruise control available on these bikes. And you can add those. You can get a base version of the bobber and add cruise control, add the fob, so it's pretty cool.
Okay.
All right. So once we get to the limited with tech, that's where you get more colors. You get black smoke, red smoke, bronze metallic. This color is actually a pretty good looking color, even though it's like an odd color.
It's close to the color that was on my Pursuit, and it worked on that.
Oh, right.
Rob, have you ever ridden one of these Scouts?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I brought mine over. Oh, you talking about the new one?
I don't know. I mean, have they changed that much in terms of ride height?
Ride
Because my
height,
question is about ride height. As I look at the seat, the seat sits kind of low down into the bike,
yeah.
and I'm thinking for somebody that's my height,
It's almost 26
looks-
inches. It's
You can ride it.
25.6.
I rode it. I rode Oscar's bike, and it's just a bike to go out and have some fun on. You're not really going to ride that bike at 6'1" or
Right.
or
Okay.
more.
Right. So even for us, which is why I don't really ride it a ton. So my son rides it now. He's he's short. He's small. I don't like. I could get on it and probably ride it around maybe an hour or two, have some fun. Ripping some corners or whatever the case may be. Obviously not too quick because the lean angle is not that high. It's more of a just cruise around, kind of chilling, like maybe go from stoplight to stoplight kind of thing. Nothing too wild, but they are fun bikes. The engines are very, very lively.
And he's got that performance on that thing, so you're going to hear it coming.
Oh, 100%. So and that was pretty much it for the Scout Bobber. I mean, outside of like I said, the 101 is really the flagship model when we're talking about the Scout. And there was some other, yeah.
Now the 101, I saw that one in the dealership. It's nice looking.
Yeah. So you got the the suspension that's on there is really it. To me, I think it's really nice. I've had other people say that it's okay, but because you're only getting so much travel. But it's as for what it is, it's a really nice riding bike. I rode one for the first time in Austin. And you see there, it's got a $17,000 price tag on it. But like I said, you're getting key fob, you're getting the ride command, you're getting the windshield, you're getting the suspension, you get the 19-inch front wheel with the dual disc Brembos up front, 111 horsepower, whereas the other ones have, I think it's just 100 horsepower. No, 105 for the regular ones. So and look, so you can also, if you do the regular bike and say that you're not into all of the stuff that the 101 gives you, you can tune the bike through Indian Motorcycle to 111 horsepower. So you're not really missing out, so to speak, right? Because you can option the bike up. Obviously, like I said, without the suspension though. So
Yeah.
which I think is
and
cool.
it's not supposed to have a lot of travel in the suspension. It's a sport motorcycle, so it's supposed to have a stiffer ride.
Yeah. All right.
Does it have foot pegs or floorboards?
You can do either or, but it
Either or,
comes
okay.
with forward controls. Some of the bobbers you can get mid controls, but again, if you don't like forward controls, you can just put the mid controls on it,
Yeah.
and do it as you wish.
And quite frankly, like that, because I remember I was thinking about putting footboards on my breakout. You actually get less lean angle with a footboard on this kind of bike.
Touche. I don't see any drop guards on there either.
No.
That'd be an expensive drop. You drop that bike.
You mean the engine guard?
Engine guards, saddlebag guards. I don't see anything on there.
There's no saddlebag, so there wouldn't be any saddlebag guards. But yes, you can add an engine guard to that. Am I correct, Oscar? Yeah.
100%.
That'd be the first purchase.
You get a little spinny spin. So you come down to protection highway bars, add. Boom.
Ah, there it is. All right.
In black. You can add
And they
fog
look good
lights to
too.
it. Yeah.
They look good too.
Yeah, a little mustache type.
Yeah, that's good.
And the radiator, so these are fully liquid cooled, just like the rest of the outside of the 116 engines, but they made it a lot smaller than what it was previously, and it almost disappears right there. You wouldn't even know it. Yeah,
I've never seen anyone riding one of these on the road.
really.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it stands out. I mean, if you saw that, you would know, hey, that's that bike that I saw in the dealership.
So when I first started kind of getting into YouTube, I saw on your channel that you were looking at getting one. I think you did a video, and
Yeah,
and
I
that's
test rode one down in Daytona.
yeah, and that is what actually introduced me to your channel. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
one
'cause
of
I
those
did a
things.
video on all the Indian bikes I rode because when I went to Daytona, I was expecting to buy an Indian, and I was down there with a DC cycler, our buddy, and he's schooling me on all the Indians, and we were having a lot of fun chit chatting. But I took the time to ride him, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to get this bike. And that's when I came back to Memphis, and I called myself going to the Memphis Indian dealer, which was no longer there. I'm like, oh well. So I ended up with a street glide.
Well, what's the
Yeah,
big deal? Just take the 300-mile trip to the next Indian dealership closest
Oh,
to
I
you.
won't cuss on our channel, but that's not going to happen.
yeah, and and
Not going to
I hear
happen.
that from folks. They say that the dealerships are too far away, and I can
Yep.
understand that. Nobody wants to, do all that traveling for part of their lifestyle. But
It depends on where you live, obviously.
oh, for sure, for sure. There's
Yeah.
just because like here, I mean, the dealership's 30 minutes away, so
Yeah. Well, not for me. For
Yeah.
me, it's 20
Suckers.
minutes. Were you drinking moonshine?
Nah, man, this is luscious Air Force water from the lakes
All right.
of.
See, every time I talk to Finesse, his vocabulary makes me feel uncomfortable. Who refers to water as lushing?
Should tell you everything you need to know about the Air Force.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm
Hey,
telling
look,
you guys.
man.
You guys don't know, man.
Ain't
It's not
ain't
just
nobody
always-
hold nothing to your head saying that you had to join whatever service you joined. All right.
Here we go.
Hey,
Here we
you
go.
you grew up seeing stuff on TV. Oh, you want to go do this, do this. Okay, great. That's cool. Great. Thank you.
I saw Top Gun. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. I saw Top Gun.
And were you a pilot?
Oh, that's a long story.
I think that's a no.
Hold up, hey, Mike. Just share with the audience because I noticed when you did your intro in episode 1, you never mentioned your military background. So,
Well, I was in the Navy. I was a naval officer. My initial plan was to be a pilot because I saw Top Gun. And so I started the process I was going through to become a pilot. And I went through the physical. And that's when I discovered that I needed glasses. And back in those days, you had to have 20/20 uncorrected, and I did not.
interesting.
So I got screwed out of being pilot.
Yeah. Well, hey, their
Okay.
loss.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, no, probably my, probably not their loss.
when I tell you guys that we have interesting conversations on FaceTime group calls, it's not just Indian and Harley going back and forth. It's also these two with the different branches of the military. It just
Okay, wait, please. Okay, I'm going to have to interrupt you. Please do not refer to the Air Force as the military.
Come on now.
I
Come
don't know.
on
It's
now.
it's the country club of the military, if you're going to
Come
call it the
on now.
military.
It is not. It
Guys
is
kick
not.
back in your lounges. You wake up at 8:30 in the morning. All that crap.
I've been on way more deployments than a lot of Marine and Army people that I know that have been in.
Well,
just as,
you were in
that
the
have been
military
as
for like
just as
80
long-
years. Of course
no,
you
that
did.
have been in is just as long as me. All right, so all that's out. Now I will say, back in the day, before we started doing 6 months, we would only do 3 months, while the other services were doing 6 months. So they hated us for that, so they ended up changing it, and we had to do 6 months. Whatever.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story. I met a recruiter, and he was during the Vietnam era. He said he knew he was going to get drafted, so he's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to join the Air Force. So I'm not on the front line battling. And so his job in the Air Force was to guard an Army base. He said it was the most dangerous job there was.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
You know what? Off the subject, I think that, and you guys can put it in the comment section if something you'd be interested in watching. But you're looking at three guys on your screen right now, and all three of us are really good at least one thing. And I want us to be able to discuss that with you, what that is. There's other things that we're good at. There's a lot of knowledge here. I was about to say in this room. We're clearly not in the same room. There's a lot of knowledge, life skills, and stuff like that on this screen. And one day, I'll just put in the comment section if you guys want to hear about that individually from us. A lot of people know what one of mine is, but you'd be pretty surprised what these two guys will have to say to you.
Hey, look, I'm surprised too, man. We're going to have to talk offline about that. I don't know. Because the thing that I'm thinking about is good is not for the camera. You know?
Uh-oh.
See what I mean, guys? Always making me feel uncomfortable. Well, yeah, I'll let you know, and you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah," because again, listen. Sometimes I understand we're all our toughest critics, and sometimes something you might not be thinking about it, and I'll be able to tell you, "No, dude, trust me, you have a lot of knowledge in this, or you have more knowledge than most people do." So we're all about sharing knowledge, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So we still don't have an outro. So I don't even know if we really need one. I guess is that what it is? That's it.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, we don't need one. We'll come up with one when we come up with one.
Yeah, for sure. So, oh dang.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no! Come on, man. Is that what it is?
That's what he's been doing with his. That's what he's been doing with his free time.
Yeah.
Experiment with that.
It's just off the screen. You can't see that one.
Yeah, good.
But
That's
yeah,
good.
so
The thumbs down we don't see.
So I did have like a whole schedule of shows, and I was gonna let everybody else know what the next show is. Let me see if I still have that. So I had like a whole script and everything, man. I was super prepared.
Well, the
but
good thing
now-
is if we don't tell them, there's no expectations. There's no wrong answer. Whatever we do, that's what they got.
Well, this was good. Oh, I know what it was.
Uh-oh.
It was when I was talking about before the show was him talking about his Ford.
Ford?
And how Ford was supposed to be the best thing going.
Well, that's easy. Well, I mean, compared to which one now? I mean, because we have
We'll just do a quick
Chrysler
teaser.
about
This
to
is
go
just a quick teaser.
bankrupt.
Hey, this right here is going to be a short to get everybody for the
Okay,
next one.
okay, easy. Chrysler is about to go bankrupt again, just like General Motors went bankrupt. There's only one that stood the test of time and didn't go to the taxpayer on its hands and knees begging. That's it. End of story. I'm done.
So I will say this, right? I've had a V6 Mustang, a V8 Mustang, an Expedition.
V6 Mustang. What's that?
Yeah, I had a XLT F-150. I had the EcoBoost Lariat F-150. I had a Ford. Oh, the Edge? No, not the Edge. What's that long one?
Expedition.
No,
The one
Yes.
Mario had?
Excursion.
No, it's a car looking
No.
thing.
The one like Mario has, I think.
Oh, the Flex.
Yeah, I had a Ford Flex,
Yeah.
which was a great vehicle, by the way. Looked weird,
Yeah,
but it was
I
a
like
great
the
vehicle.
Flex.
Excuse me. But I will say this, right? I was always down with the Fords. I liked them, and they looked good. They performed good until GMC did their refresh, and that Sierra came out. Because that Sierra, man, that interior, that thing is just the best thing since sliced bread. So I'm with you there. I was a Ford fanboy for many, many, many years until I sat in that Sierra, and all of that just went away. So, I mean, the people out there that like it, man, but ooh-wee, that Sierra's, oof.
Yeah, you need to go check yourself out. I mean, good Lord. You all right over there?
So if you guys
Oh,
are not
GM
aware,
The GM trucks
I'm
look
sorry,
good. I
yeah.
got no beef with them.
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys are not aware, we actually did a video. Mike came down here and we went to the Ford dealership. We were treated very rudely. We went to
Yeah. Of all the dealerships, they treated us the worst.
Well, it's because you guys didn't tell them we were coming. That's your fault.
we shouldn't have to tell them. We went to Dodge, and that was it, right? Did we go to? Yeah, it was just Ford and Dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't go to GMC.
No, because we had
No,
it.
because
we
you guys
didn't
had them.
because we already had the cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did a video. It's a 3-part series. Part 1 was on. I think it was my channel. Part 2 was on Mike's channel, I think, and Part 3 was on Finesse, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So if you guys want, just check that out, because that was the start of all of this. It really
Oh
was.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Fantastic video. All right. So that is going to do it for today. As always, get down in those comments. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you guys think about our different perspectives here. And for all of you that subscribed from our first video, we so appreciate that. Thank you very much. And with that, I am I am Finesse.
I'm Rob, guys. Hit that like button too. It definitely helps us out, feeds that algorithm.
And I am Q the Rider here on Splitting Lanes, the biggest little podcast channel on the entire interwebs.
Oh,
All right, y'all,
Well,
man. Next
it
time. Next
happens
time.
to be very true.